My dear lovely Leos, this is your horoscope for April 2024. Now, April is the month we will have amazing rare conjunction that will bring happiness and luck and prosperity. Jupiter, planet of luck and happiness, is meeting up with Uranus, joining forces with the planet of surprises in April. And stay tuned to listen all about it, what it will bring into your life. But let me begin April with Mercury retrograde, because that's what Mercury is going to do in April from 2nd April up until 25th of April. So basically whole month. When Mercury retrogrades, better not to start anything. I love the beginning of April, even though we're starting it with Mercury retrograde whole month. And plus we have amazing stellar eclipse in April, and this rare aspect that I mentioned. This is set to be amazing month, my dear Leos. Now let's go gradually. From 2nd of April, it's in according to Central European time, but if you're in a different time zone, could be from 1st April, Mercury start retrograding, meaning moving backwards. I made a whole video, separate video about Mercury retrograde, what do's and don'ts you have during this period you should be following. It's highly advised, and you can watch that video on my channel. I made a whole prediction for whole signs, every 12th zodiac sign. So you can listen to that video in more detail, the information for Leos too. But here I would like to briefly mention that Mercury retrograde will happen in your house of travel. Now here, extra caution in your 9th house. Don't start anything new, because Mercury, being a planet of communication and signing contracts, especially those contracts that are involving foreign companies, kind of foreign people and deals, better to postpone up until May if it's possible. If not, you just know that you might resign that contract, or make sure to check it out with your lawyer or people who are qualified and can give you second pair of look onto that contract. Happening in your house of travel here, when you're booking tickets or hotel, all the trip details, double check, even triple check, because many times during Mercury retrograde, people book to a different year or month or dates. So all sorts of miscommunication might, go on during Mercury retrograde. That's why, and for you, my dear Leos, it is happening in your house of travel. So take extra care. Generally, whole week of April, first week of April, is more about compassion. We all might be feeling some sort of, this kind of being more compassionate towards each other and each other's hurt, and wanting to share our feelings, our love, like everything with everyone and helping everyone. Somehow this kind of mood will be first whole week of April, which I think amazing, and will connect us to each other even more. Now, 8th of April, we have solar eclipse, amazing one. Positive eclipses, reality. So they do exist, and I really could not find anything bad about this eclipse, really, even though I tried hard. But for my surprise, this kind of eclipses do really exist, because they are also rare. Usually eclipses are more intense, but this one will be sugar sweet, my dear Leos. And this will be new moon solar eclipse. New moons are all about new beginnings. This eclipse will open for you that big heavy door that was shut closed for many, many years that you couldn't open. Eclipses, they have 10 times of power of just new moon or full moons, And eclipses happen because of the destiny nodes, north node and south node. Now our destiny is getting to the right direction. It's like a tool of the universe. Eclipses, they're like a compass, directing to the right direction our lives. And this eclipse will be happening in a highly compatible sign to yours, my dear Leos, at 19 degrees, meaning those who were born around 11th of August, 5 days minus and plus, around this date might be feeling this eclipse even more. Lucky you guys. all of us will get the portion of this lucky solar eclipse, but those who are born on this date, around this date, will be the most under attention. I will make a separate video on this solar eclipse where will go more into detail. But here I will give you a few examples of what kind of, topics it might touch upon in your life. But so you remember, not everything will come to one person, just one or two things out of all these examples. Why? Because we are all different. We are Leos, but we are all different Leos, right? Because we consist of not one sign, but three. We consist of three signs: our moon sign, sun sign, and rising sign. Now, make sure to check your rising sign horoscope, check your moon sign horoscope, that will be coming up soon. And to get the full picture, because we are all born in a different time, different zone, different places. Someone's born at night, some Leos are born during the day, some Leos are born closer to the sunrise, and rising sign might be more powerful. For some Leos, the moon might be more powerful, and of course sun sign also more powerful, so might be. And all three signs, they all the time bring events into our lives. So make sure to check other two videos, horoscope for April, month of April. And every time, that horoscopes in general are written for rising sign, to your rising sign, not to sun sign. I know that most of people, they check sun sign, which is okay, because sun sign is also very important. But make sure to check your rising sign and moon sign too, so that you have the picture, and you might even, get a surprise for yourself and see if those predictions resonate with your life for your rising sign and moon sign. That's how you will know how your moon sign and rising sign are strong in your life. Now, new moon happening, solar eclipse, one more information: only some of us will get the news on exactly this day, 8th of April, but most of us usually get during 1 month before it appears and 1 month after it appears. So give it a whole 2 months, eclipses, to any eclipses, because eclipses, they bring events and changes and news step by step for each of us. And it might not happen exactly on 8th of April, only for some people. And for most of us will happen during this 2 months. So it might have already happened, like some changes and some news in March for you. This eclipse already brought for you the news. Or if you didn't get any news, then it might happen after it appears during that whole month of April up until 8th of May. And usually eclipses, if you think what kind of events, it's like, usually eclipses are those events that we remember, let's say, for a long time, that we can recall easily. Like, I got married around that time, or I got a baby, or moved to some other country, or graduated, or, got a prestigious job, or something like this. Some things that we do only once in life, that comes into us only once, that we remember. This kind of things eclipses usually bring. Now, let's go to for prediction for you, my dear Leos. Eclipse happening in your 9th house, your wish to study. Now, those of you who are around that age, and who are students, or high school students, or grads, or even who are studying already, your wish to study in a foreign country is becoming true, my dear Leos. Might bring you that desired admission to university abroad. Especially abroad, but any university also. Or you might actually, graduate around this date also. For some Leos, it will be about immigration, for different, let's say, age people. It might be about immigration. Maybe exactly because you got the admission to the university and you're immigrating to another country to live there for 4 or 5 years, or even forever. Or you might start this kind of a process, like when you gather the documents because you got this admission to university, or you got a job offer abroad, or any other reason, or maybe you just want to, immigrate to some another country, or you got married and your husband or wife waiting abroad for you, and you are kind of gathering these documents to submit, to apply for your immigration status. And also there could be, millions of reasons. But the thing of this eclipse is that it seems like some of you guys will be immigrating to another country. If not immigrating, then just travel, because ninth house is the house of travel. You might travel very far, somewhere far. In general, seems like you are on a packing your suitcases mood, kind of, this kind of mood. And ninth house is also a house of all those foreign documents, related to foreign people, places, like visas, residence permits, citizenship. And those documents, those of you who applied or applying or, reapplying in this case, considering Mercury retrograde, might have a positive outcome, because this solar eclipse is highly positive. So expect the news to be, visa granted or residence permit or citizenship. Ninth house is also about legal cases. Now, those of you who are like in the legal battle or who are just following some legal cases, my dear Leos, might be actually winner's side. You are right on the winner's side, my dear Leos. Congrats on that. For some of you, especially those who are writing a research or article or book or trying to get it published, this eclipse will make it published around this date. And also I see that money could be a bit of a concern, but that's not the point, my dear Leos. You are in luck, because ninth house is the house of luck. And for sure, your book, your research and article will get published, and most probably in a foreign publishing kind of, house. You might become a grandparent if you're at that age. For some Leos, congratulations on that too. Please do let me know what kind of a message was of this eclipse for you, my dear Leos, whenever it happens to pop up. For some of you guys, you will open up for a new kind of a belief, way of living, or religion, or concept, way of thinking, You might open up this kind of a new lifestyle. Or actually the door of meaning of life might open for you, my dear Leos, if you've been searching. Or some of you might meet a mentor kind of a person, or a teacher that will guide you on this kind of journey. Mostly it's like any kind of journey, but the point is like you are meeting someone who is powerful to teach you something new that you haven't known, like some way of being, way of living. Like you might think, was that a possibility? This was like that. I could have done like this, something like this kind of different lifestyle, a different belief system, concept of living might be changing in your life. For those of you, my dear Leos, who are, taking an exam, it will be very successful, and especially if you retake the exam, you will pass that exam. No worries on that. And in general, April, it's like I love the beginning of April. As I said, even though we have Mercury retrograde whole April, but April's point, astrological point, is just sit back, relax, and observe things. Do not act. During eclipse season, we have eclipse tunnel, from 25th of March, when first eclipse happened, second pair, 8th of April, second eclipse will happen. And during this period, this is called a tunnel period, eclipse tunnel period, when everything is dark, like a stardust, like you can't see literally anything. Everything is so uplifted, and like you're shuffling some card deck, and you don't know how everything will come out, So your task to give it a time. And April is exactly this kind of month. Give eclipses and Mercury time, retrograde time, so that it will settle the dust, and then you will decide what to do with the messages of eclipses. And May will be the exactly perfect month to start everything new, whatever you've been, thinking during whole April, because that's what actually universe is advising for all of us, to relax and observe and actually remake, redraw, I don't know, redesign, redo things. A little bit, give it a second thought. Think, kind of reconcept things, you know, change some things in your life. But first, give it like a very, let's say, second thought. And prepare things, but not begin. May will be the month when you begin and act on all those things. And April is the month when you have to just relax, let's say. Now, 19th of April, we have Sun, your ruler, my dear Leo, giver of life, light of our universe, moving into your career house, highest point in your chart. That is always showing 12 o'clock. If you look at the, a watch, it always shows 12 o'clock. That's where is your career house. And Sun is coming, shining bright to this point of your chart, bringing your attention to your career and social status. Right on time, my dear Leos, because 21st of April, we have this exactly amazing rare aspect, conjunction, meetup between Jupiter, planet of luck and happiness, and Uranus, planet of surprises. These two, they are beneficial planets, in astrology. They are great angels, like of the universe, meeting each other. This is rare aspect. Why it's rare? Because they meet every 14 years only. And they are meeting in your 10th house where the Sun moved 2 days before. And this aspect will be exact on 21st of April. Being a rare aspect, meeting each other only 14 years, like every 14 years or so. So next time they're going to meet, it will be in 2037. So that's how rare. And it will be in a different sign. And for them to meet in the same sign, it takes even more time. And usually it's no one alive when they meet in the same sign next time who are alive today. Their meetup, we've been feeling it already since second half of March, whole April and May, because this is a little bit like a long run aspect, ongoing aspect, but exact conjunction, meaning these two planets will come at the same point, at the same degree of your chart, will be on 21st of April. And, this aspect will be bringing sudden luck in your career, my dear Leos. That is amazing news. I cannot be even more happier for you. Kind of a new job or new title or promotion might happen. You might be surprised to learn that you are becoming a parent, if that was your wish. For some Leos, it might not be about, let's say, their work area. It might be about social status area. Like, social status is like becoming a parent, changing your social status, when you least expect that, because Uranus, being a planet of surprises, joining forces with the planet of happiness and luck. Wow, that is amazing. In your social status, house, it might bring you amazing surprises. Or that you are becoming a grandparent if you are, at that age. Or even a surprise proposal. All these things are social status change. So something around this kind of matter might be surprising you around this, 21st of April. Might be a surprise proposal to get married. Congratulations if you're going to get that. Please do let me know in the comments. Let me be happy for you too. Some sort of new, unexpected kind of change or upgrade might happen in this area of your life and in your career in general. Like winning a prize or getting nominated, to some sort of a prize. I don't know, maybe Oscar. Or you might hear surprising positive news from your father or from your manager, from your boss, or something, this kind of positive news will be happening in their life, like in your father's life or in your manager's life. Now, April will be finishing up with full moon on 24th of April in your house of family. And full moons are all about, endings. They bring some sort of resolution to some sort of situation that was already building up for quite some time. And Or also, full moons are like a big bulb of light. They shine to the area of your life where you need to put your attention immediately. Like you need to put your signature somehow, like you need to finish something up in that part of your life. Or they bring truth, some sort of kind of true light of things, events in your life. And this full moon will be in a disagreement with Pluto, planet of transformation, which will be, situated in your house of marriage. Now, those of you who are born around 26th of July, my dear Leos, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most, but we all will get our portion. And, let me give you a few examples of what this full moon's news might hold for you, but one or two might come again, not all. And also, please do let me know what the news is of this full moon. Now, happening, in your house of family, some of you guys might have a tough situation at home with your sweetheart, like long-term partner, your spouse, or like wife, husband. You might be like in a disagreement on something, about something. Might be about what kind of real estate to buy or to sell, or what kind of color to choose, to pick for your bedroom. This kind of thing, something related to your real estate might be the topic of your disagreement with your spouse or sweetheart. You can play with this topic all around from these different angles for each of you guys. It might be that there will be some tough situation with your parents concerning your sweetheart or someone that you want to marry, or that already married, your husband or wife, or between of them might be some disagreement, and between your wife and your parents, or husband and your parents. And something related to your real estate might be for some of our other Leos, or it might be about shared resources, meaning family budget, money that you share between each other. It might be also that, for example, your partner, like those who are married or long-term relationship partners, it might be they need to leave for a couple of months, to live somewhere else, like apart from you, away from you, because of work, let's say, or any other reason. Or it might be your parents, they have to do so, or vice versa, they need to come and live with you. For those who are single, might be that your rent lease is, coming to an end, finishing, and you have to change home, like to change the house, place where you live. Or that real estate that you wish to buy, let's say for other Leos, now has some issues with the deal. Like, let's say you've been preparing, sign a contract on buying an apartment or a house or some sort of real estate, and that contract might have some sort of concerns or some sort of miscommunications, mistakes, like that contract. So do check up with your lawyer, my dear Leos. Also could be, for some of you, it's related with your mother's life. Fourth house is the mother's life. She might have to move somewhere else to live. Maybe to your place, together with you, or because, for example, you are married, or you have a partner, a long-term partner that you live together with, your spouse or wife, and that partner will not like this idea that your mom is coming to live with you guys, that your parent, especially mother, gonna stay at your place. This might be the also source of the disagreement. For some of you, my dear Leos, might be about citizenship. It might not be about your family, but might be about citizenship status, because fourth house is also the house of, where we live, where we call home. And citizenship is also here. Immigration is also here, like immigration status. And this time the news won't be positive, my dear Leos. It seems like that. And please do let me know what was the news of this full moon. And at last, Mars, on 30th of April, planet of action, our engine, planet of motivation, will move into your ninth house. Now here I see that hunger for travel will be awakened even more. And you might even travel at the end of April somewhere quite far, let's say. All sorts of legal case like here. And documents, or like applying, I don't know, applications and foreign document applications also here. And those documents and legal cases might see some movement finally. And because with Mercury retrograde, it might have taken some pause, some sort of a kind of a dead point. But now it will see some movement and action and developments. It might be also concerning your visa or passport application or reapplication. Those of you who are in education might pick up some, let's say, fast education. And you might start really, it might really require you to go to every class physically to be present. If you've been waiting, let's say, those Leos who've been waiting their article or research or book to be published, this will be the time you will see the progress further. This was your horoscope for April, my dear Leos. Please follow and subscribe and like the video if you find information very helpful and if you learned one or two things from the video. And I wish you the very best April. Bye bye.